Okay, we are live. Welcome to episode 9 now of Your First Jungle Clear. This is the show where I go over players from my community's jungle game, early pathing. Reason being early pathing is I see a lot in my reviews people make games much harder for themselves by not focusing on the first 10-15 minutes of the game. As a jungler, that is the most impact you have on the game. So polish that up, games just become easier. You're going to be able to achieve your ranked goals much easier. So if you have been watching for a while on my channel, I say this all the time, and you want to come on this show, you haven't joined my Discord yet, love to have you in here. There's a link up here, how to join the Discord, and you can come on the show. If you really want to come on the show, I always say to people, you can definitely come on. I definitely don't fill up all the spots, and I'm happy to go much further than the 90 minutes that I plan to as well. Alright, so I'm going to get our first guest in here in a moment, which is going to be Aidan. Let me just notify everyone right here that I'm live. Also, let me know in the chat as well if your audio is fine, and same with the audio for the other person as well. Definitely don't want to be going through this with, not be able to hear certain people. Okay, alright. How's it going, Bishop? Okay, we'll wait just a moment just for a couple more people to come in here. I've just actually posted a link on my Discord. Also, if you have any questions throughout, like obviously I'm going to be very focused on the person that I'm doing the review of. I will look at chat after the review. I mean, I do look at it sometimes during the review as well, but if you have any questions here, anything you want me to explain further, I'll be happy to obviously respond to that. Have you had a chance to try new Cinder changes yet? Yes, I have. I've actually tested it out on Jarvan. I'm actually interested about the stopwatch as well, and you get stopwatch if you have a really good early game. I think I got a stopwatch at like 7 minutes or something like that, and you can go for a really easy dive play. It was really good. But I think that, I don't know, I've never been a fan of tank Jarvan, to be honest, so I've actually lost some games from it. But I haven't tried it on Sej. I've heard from some people that Sejuani is really good right now. You know, she's like, Sej has slowly gotten buffed, and I think this Cinderhulk buff has really going to make her like even better as a champion. So that's going to be interesting to see. I'm going to try Zac. I've actually started playing a bit of Rammus. Rammus still has his issues as a jungler, but he also got the attack speed buff in patch 10.4. Gragas is excellent as well. Yes, Trundle's the other one, Captain Chunk. I think Trundle is super underrated. I think these Cinderhulk changes are going to really start pushing him up. And I mean, if people will start playing tanks, and you're playing, you just pick Trundle into him, like that's great. Trundle's like literally the hard counter to tank junglers. Alright, let's jump in. Let's drag our first guest in here. Alright, Aidan, you're live. Can you hear me all good?
Hey, yeah, loud and clear.
Excellent. Welcome back to the show. So you are currently Diamond 4, is that right?
Yeah.
Were you Platinum or Diamond 4 when you last came on?
I came on like a few days ago, D4, yeah.
Oh, that's right. I always get confused. There's like another Rek'Sai player in the Discord. Joe, that's right, Joe Senpai. He was there last week. So you came on Monday, right? Oh, sorry, Tuesday, our time. Yep. Alright, so I've got the game up on stream now, Aidan, if you want to jump on. I'm hoping that there's not, like I had actually some difficulties with some delays last time. I hope that if it gets too bad, the delay, just like let me know and I'll like really slow down for you. But it should be like 5 seconds or so.
Okay.
Right, Paul says, stream sounds good, audio's good. Great, thank you very much, Paul, that's very handy. Seju best jungle Beerus? No, Sej is still, I mean, the tank junglers I would say are still not like S tier, but like they're working their way up, right? It's slowly chipping away at it. What's going on, Poltron? It's a shame that we're not going to be doing a review of Poltron's again today. Alright, so Aidan, let's jump into your game here. This is a game you played, was it today or yesterday?
Yesterday.
So it's still pretty fresh in your mind.
Yeah.
Let's start with your runes. So you're going Conqueror. We've obviously spoken about Conqueror. You love Conqueror. Like, if you're gonna keep going Conqueror, like I'm not gonna. Hail of Blades is my go-to, Aidan. Honestly.
Yeah,
so
I did the math after you told me to do Hail of Blades, and I think I'll stick with that.
You'll stick with Conqueror.
Yeah, I mathed it out in Excel and stuff.
So interesting. What was your results? So what are you looking at in terms of? Are you looking at just straight up like damage done? Because obviously, math doesn't really equate to like you do a gank and Halo Blades, like that's it. You know, like Rek'Sai is just like gank, one shot. Like Conqueror obviously may do more damage. Like I'm just curious, like what are you looking at in terms of the math in terms of Rek'Sai Conqueror?
I was looking at how long the combo takes for each, and then how much damage you get done in that combo. So Halo Blades was like 2.5 seconds, and it was 430.
Okay, yep.
Conqueror's 3 seconds, and it's like 470.
Interesting.
So I guess you can fit in an extra auto with Hob with that.
Yeah.
But I feel like the Conqueror overtakes it way too much after 3 seconds.
Okay, interesting. That's actually pretty interesting. I didn't actually realize it was that would be that much. Yeah. Well, I mean, in terms of this game, like you are versing Echo, Ornn, Diana. Like Diana's, running Conqueror, so this will be sort of handy-ish in terms of the 2v2. But I mean, Echo sort of doesn't really want to be fighting constantly with auto attacks, right? He wants to be in and out, like kiting and stuff like that. Obviously helps with Ornn, but yeah, I think Halo Blades would be much better if you're looking to gank bot. But tell me about your early win condition. What are you thinking about right now?
I know from every time I gank an Ornn level 2 or 3, it seems to work. So I kind of just like to do that, but I want to focus bot. Okay. And I also want to prevent mid and Echo from taking over the game.
So, I mean, obviously Rek'Sai has lots of options, right? Because your ganks are so powerful. So what are you thinking of in terms of your like actual early clear? Starting red, 3 camp, top side gank? Like, what are you thinking?
I was definitely going to start red, and then I was just going to like FK around, see how the lanes are going.
Yeah.
And then if it's top, I'd do a red side clear. If it was bot, I'd do a red, blue, gromp.
Yeah, so talking about win condition, I think, and I actually agree with you. I think Ornn's very vulnerable early stages of the game, and Camille's obviously great to get ahead. Like, you would definitely want to shut down a Vayne. I mean, this is a very vulnerable lane. You have great CC tools in terms of your Thresh. Rise is great to keep scaling, so I definitely think bot side of the map should be a focus. I actually am thinking it's actually not worth it at all to gank the Ornn. I think there's so much more time, so much more important to put your resources into bot side of the map than like spending that one gank top. And actually Ornn's really, I don't know if you know Aidan, but Ornn's like busted with the new Sunfire. Like,
yeah, I've noticed.
Like,
yeah.
I'm banning him in ranks, like, honestly. Like, everyone will just auto go on Ornn duty top lane, and it's just such a pain. Like, he can do so much damage. He does more damage than, like, any other top laner, and he builds tank. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I'm banning at this patch too.
Okay, so get a ward, do the good old sweeper switcheroo. So when you ward here, are you scared of an invade? Or, like, why do you ward here instead of, like, saying protecting your blue or trying to get some information on where Echo's starting?
So I used to always go get the info on the start by either warding his blue or warding, like, Raptors to see if he goes there. But I always die, so I always just... As Rek'Sai, I like to avoid level 1 shenanigans.
Yeah, that's a great philosophy to have in solo queue. But you can pull it off. Like, you do need to be... like cautious. Like, let's say if you're walking into a Thresh Blitzcrank or something like that, like, yes, that's not intelligent, right? But in this specific game, if you get straight out of base and, like, you don't even have to go that far, like, get to, like, here, you're versing a Nami, Vayne, like, these guys aren't really going to punish you too much for invade, and you got a Thresh as well. That actually should scare them off. So sometimes you can use your teammates, just get that off. And I think that ward, Aidan, is really important to get. Really do, compared of this ward in this specific game, because they're not going to invade. Like, an Echo is not going to invade a Camille and Rek'Sai and Diana. So I think it's pretty important to get that early information off, because Rek'Sai is a champion that can capitalize on junglers starting X side of the map, right?
Right. So do you recommend warding the Raptors or the red?
It depends what type of jungler you're versing. If you're versing a Talisman jungler, I would do Raptors. If you're versing like a champion that does like 3 clear, then it's better to ward the red, because they can actually skip. They might not actually show on the Raptors ward at all, unless you do it really deep. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
So like an Elise or Jarvan or something like that, ward red. But I would say Echo this game, he loves to do Raptor camp. Do ward Raptor camp.
Okay.
Do you also, in terms of your clearing, I mean, this is a very small thing, but You save your smite for the big raptor instead of doing it on the big krug.
Yeah.
So I've thought about this a lot. I always think the big krug is just better to smite. And it's sort of better to sort of just kill all the little ones first and like kite them out. And I feel like it clears a little bit more healthier, and you don't actually need to use your 2 health potions. Like right now, you should actually have 1 health potion still and be around this health.
Yeah, normally I'm about that health with like no health potions, so it was a really horrible krug clear by me.
Yeah, and I think that smite and Rek'Sai can do raptors really well, but you kill the small ones first, like literally just like ignore the big one, and slowly kill those. Keep kiting, and you actually clear much more healthier. I don't think I have a recent Rek'Sai gameplay video, but I might be playing a bit of Rek'Sai this patch, so I can link you a clear. But I mean, if you just go on, like, watch Korean VODs or something like that, everyone pretty much does that clear in terms of how they kill Raptor Camp. Alright, so you're coming to gank the Ornn now. So yeah, actually, I don't like this at all, Aidan. I do understand the thought process around it, but again, like, what's going on bot right here, like, it would have been great for you to come down here and potentially counter gank, you know?
Yeah.
Like, I just don't think that, like, this can be good for your Camille, but in terms of, like, making sure you win this game, I think it's much better to be getting your cast, making sure Vayne doesn't get out of control, because, yes, Camille's gonna, like, Ornn's gonna be annoying, but Camille, at the end of the day, like, you sort of just gotta trust her that she can just farm, and she's farming pretty well right now, so I'm happy for this lane to just go even. Obviously, Ornn's gonna have more impact in team fights, Camille's more of a split pusher, but, you know, ideally, we're actually pressuring bots so much that we actually never get to the point where we're team fights.
Okay.
Alright, great. First blood for your Camille. Because the thing is that, let's say you're forced to, like, so right now your Camille's in a great position, and I'd actually say potentially Camille's a win condition for you, but into an Ornn again with how broken that champion is, like, dives could go really south for you, you know? And that's how you want to be extending a win condition advantage, versus your caster's just died now, Vayne and Nami starting to scale up. Like, that's pretty scary, you know, versus I'm happy for that to go. So it's always like risk reward and balancing things in the game in terms of win condition. So does that make sense what I'm sort of saying there, Aidan?
Yeah, definitely.
And the worst part about this now is that the way you've pathed is now you've given Echo a huge potential for, because he started blue. Now he can take all your blue and he can have a huge experience and gold advantage on you. And the thing is, as well as an Echo, like if I'm playing a really aggressive jungle like Rek'Sai or Elise or Jarvan, I don't like giving Echoes free early game. I like to make sure I'm pressuring them. So you've given him a free gank from that and access to your entire bot side jungle, which is a lot of experience and gold.
Right, so do you mirror Echo when you're playing an aggressive jungle?
I do prefer to, mirror him, like get into his face, get into his jungle. If I'm playing like Rek'Sai is, I mean, Rek'Sai actually is a champion that you can invade him, or saying if he's doing his red. But the way that I think about mirroring in terms of jungling, like that's always a pretty low priority for me. Like I actually will focus first on the lane, and then mirroring will come down. Like mirroring sort of here is just like you didn't know he was going to start blue, right? So it's sort of just like an added bonus this game, but it's not very much my priority. It's more about the lane. And if Echo does some path, like just let him. But my intention with Rek'Sai is that I'm getting my lanes ahead, so I actually don't care about Echo that much anymore, you know?
Okay. What if you're against like an Amumu that's like super free?
Okay, so an Amumu that's super free.
Or do you prioritize lanes still?
I would still prioritize lanes. Again, lanes first, second mirroring.
Okay.
But overall, like remember, so let's say after the first clear, he's still level 4, he's still super weak, and you can still do stuff after that, you know?
Right, yeah. Okay.
So it's just really coming down to the first clear. Again, priority first clear, Rek'Sai is getting those early ganks off, burning summoners, then repeat ganking. Alright, so we do kill Diana here. Back to Krugs. Alright, and base. Yeah, so every time you do that Raptor camp, you're doing it incorrectly. You're tanking way too much damage and not killing the small ones first. Especially when you start Machete, right? Like, that's what you need to be doing. But it's fine. Base. Get Warhammer, 2 control wards. Love it. And we're moving straight to bot side jungle. So remember the rule that I talk a bit about is vision first and then camps. So especially like coming from a laner's perspective, like yes, obviously he's pretty safe right now. I would be looking to get some controls just to protect my bot lane. So bot lane again is a really big win condition. You could get these camps later, but I want you to place a control wall down first. You know, look to get control of river first for Rift Scuttler, and then you can go do your camps. So rule vision first, then camps.
Okay.
Have you played lanes much at all, Aidan? Have you like been a laner at all in your league career?
Yeah, I've only jungled for the past season 9 and season 10, I think. Maybe season 8.
So I mean, as a laner, you can really appreciate when your jungler's warding for you, right? Like it's pretty good, you know. So sometimes you got to get into your laners' minds, and sometimes as a jungler, if you've been a jungler, like I say, sometimes the people that only play jungle, they like ignore. They're thinking themselves too much versus their lanes. I mean, other than a league is 5 versus 5 game, there is a team aspect for it. Even if you're playing solo queue, help your team, and you know you can win the game. So coming down for a bot gank. Condemn, but she should be dead. You have Nimbus Cloak. Great, so this is awesome. Can we get Dragon off this is the question. So I think no. I think you should look to re-gank this and re-pressure bot, but I actually want you to go top and get your red first, then walk down and get Dragon. So what I want you to do here is check Rift Scuttler. It's actually gone. Echo took it. Place a control ward here before you base, ideally in this brush here. So chuck a control ward here, make sure that they're not seeing you when you base, reset, because I want you to reset your position on the map without them knowing, right? That's really important as a jungler as well. So reset here, go topside, full clear, keep going down here, then rinse and repeat for Dragon. There's just no way Echo is going to be able to do this Dragon. Just, you want to be setting up Dragon just like really nicely. Your bot lane's like winning right now. You ganked bot. They still don't have summoners. So that's the way, efficient jungle path I'll be playing around the next objective, which is, you know, this Dragon that you need to be getting with your bot lane, you know, winning. So does that make sense?
Yeah, okay.
So yeah, so right now you see how you're just getting seen and stuff like that? Like it's sort of, I talked about this on our last one. It's like being shown on the map as Rek'Sai is like not good. So look how obvious where it is where you are right now. You're just sitting here chilling. You walk through a river. Like Diana's obviously going to hug topside, right? So it's pretty obvious where you are. Even though they technically may not know where you are, the fact that you walked through this is telling me that, you know, Rek'Sai's bot side. And now you're giving Echo again a free opportunity to go and take your red and topside camps potentially. Right, so you're lucky your cast is actually just hard carrying popping off here. And you go for a regank bot. This is good. Alright, so you definitely have enough to buy Warrior. So you still haven't placed a control ward down as well, Aidan. Like, at all. Like, sometimes just placing a control ward just anywhere is just better than having it in your inventory. And what's a really good place as well is I actually really like... If my bot lane's winning, I love to control ward here on the map. I will circle it. You should be able to see it soon. So, like this brush here.
Ah, okay.
And that helps your mid lane. Like, the enemy jungler never really checks it. I mean, if you think about how many times do you walk through this brush as a jungler? Very, very little, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So that's a really, really good way that I place my control if I'm looking to pressure bot. Okay, so I really need you to base right now and definitely go topside. Buy your warrior. So you see how you're doing, like you're getting a lot of kills, Aidan, here, but you're not exactly getting objectives. Like this dragon's still up, right? And it actually looks like the enemy team gets dragon. So there's really, especially an ocean drag early, like there's no excuse for you to not get this game. So you're getting a lot of kills, it's great. You're getting turret plates here and there, but I would have loved it if you would have gotten dragon, even potentially look to get a Rift Herald next time you came top, got Rift Herald, broke bot, open up the map, then, you know, start looking to get top tower.
Right.
So remember, sometimes like these kills are good and your score looks really nice, but sometimes you really do need to accelerate the game through objectives. And again, that comes from dragons, Rift Herald's really important to break towers early. So you see how you come in here right now? Like, you're going to lose... So this is how you lose dragon, right? See, so you've spent no time top anymore. Like, this is... You're spreading your resources a little bit too thin here. So, like, sure, you're going to come gank this, but guess what? You're going to lose dragon from it. You're going to lose bot pressure. And that's going to, again, let Vayne keep scaling. Kai'Sa and Thresh can't walk up in 2v2 anymore because Echo's going to be bot your top side. So you're hurting your bot from this a lot, and it's just not worth it.
Right. I think my reasoning was I wanted to get Herald pressure so that we could like snowball the game harder, because I thought that it'd work more snowbally than a dragon.
Yes, you're correct, Aidan, in saying that. But ideally, you've gotten dragon before you've done that. You know?
Right, yeah.
And you don't necessarily need to get a kill as well to get Rift Herald. Sometimes it's better to have not shown, let Ornn be low, and Ornn, like Camille's doing great. Then sneak a Rift Herald. They're going to be like, oh, he just got Rift. Because you know when Rift Herald, like as a jungler, sometimes when you see Rift Herald get taken, like you get that feeling in your stomach. It's like, he did Rift, I didn't know it. Like that's a great feeling to put on the enemy jungler, because then they're like pressured. They're like, he just got Rift Herald for free. I had no idea. Like, this is so bad. I didn't get dragon. Versus Echo sees you top. It's like, oh, he might get Rift Herald, but I'm going to trade dragon for it. You know?
Okay. Yeah.
So sometimes the best way to play like League is think like what you don't like, and then do that to them. You know?
All right.
Like that's just like another little trick that I like to do.
But I hate junglers that don't path properly and just repeat gank.
Yeah.
Get successful.
Yeah, well, okay, so yeah, that's a bad example. When that comes down to luck sometimes, you know, like, and your lane is just not listening to your ping. So, but I mean, that actually works sometimes as well, Aidan. Like sometimes you can be that repeat ganker. I mean, if the wave's in a good position, it's a gank. Even if they know you're there, sometimes laners don't have a choice, you know.
Right.
And especially in like Diamond 4 and stuff, like people get greedy for waves. Like it's not till Challenger where people will literally just give up, sack their wave for literally like 2 minutes. Because they know that they're just going to die anyway. So now your Rise has died. Kill him again. So I've been in this position so many times as Rek'Sai. And like, yes, you're getting lots of kills and it's great. But again, like your bot's dying a lot now. You don't exactly have broken a tower yet. Like you do have Rift Herald. But like this is a position that I start to actually sweat as Rek'Sai. I feel like I've actually messed up my early game. So I feel like at this stage, like I mean we've obviously talked a lot about in terms of splitting your resources and stuff like that. This is where I'm starting to be like, because I mean Rek'Sai, as you know, like if you start dying, like you know with this score with this shutdown gold, you can lose games pretty quick, which looks like what happens here, you know.
Okay.
Alright, regank mid. That's a dead Diana. Do we Rift Herald here? We don't know where Echo is. We're pretty low. This still might be potentially risky, I think. Okay, Echo shows top. So, I mean, I like this Rift Herald, but I don't in a way, because you might potentially... Like, if Echo comes here, like, your Rise could die or something like that. But, I mean, you're obviously great peeling for Rek'Sai. You can unbarrow him, and, you know, Rek'Sai is actually alright into Echo. So that's good. Breaking mid tower is the best tower you can be breaking in the game for. I like that you've broken Rift mid here instead of bot. That's going to give you access to future dragons and maybe a second Rift Herald.
If bot was like a Caitlyn, would it be better to break bot, because then Caitlyn can come siege mid pretty easily?
Yeah. I actually don't know. I don't actually have an answer for that. I've thought about this a lot in terms of Caitlyn's. I think so, but again, mid is such a good tower to get. Like, I just feel like that always outweighs anything else. But I guess you are right in terms of if you break open Caitlyn, she can start sieging, and then she can naturally get mid tower and top tower anyway, right? So I'm actually not too sure. I think it's very situational the way the game's going. Like, I mean, let's say if Caitlyn is dumpstering her lane, I think it is actually best to actually just break bot and unlock her as quickly as possible, because the sieging Caitlyn, when no one has any items, like she's literally OP.
Okay.
So that's going to pretty much be it for the early game, Aidan. Do you have anything else? So you've actually died here and given shutdown gold, and that's, again, I feel as soon as I've died here, I'm like, oh, I haven't done enough to die, and here.
Okay, yeah. I don't think I've got any questions. Thank you so much.
Alright, no worries, Aidan. I'll see you next time.
Alright, yeah.
Okay, so that was our first one. Switch to... That one actually went for pretty long, 25 minutes, so I got to start speeding these ones up. Me and Jackson are switching. I got to take care of some personal matters real quick. All right, great. So Jackson would be next then. Let me log onto NA. So I'll quickly take a look at chat here. Beerus says nullifying orb. I'm not sure what your question was there, Beerus. My experience with streaming, the delay tends to compound over the duration, so later the people in the show will have worse delay. Okay, that's definitely not ideal. One in this meta is basically an assassin. Yeah, he literally is Buster. Tank support, jungle OP. Don't like the way Namumu is being talked about right now. But still, I like Amumu a lot. Yeah, Barkley loves Amumu. So yeah, the Amumu buffs, I still need to see it. Sort of in action. Well, I mean, obviously I'm playing more in high elo, but I mean, I think Amumu is, especially the new Cinderhawk, I mean, I can definitely see it working really well in lower elos. Okay, logging onto NA, then I'm going to drag in Jackson. Yeah, so Paul, unfortunately, all the slots have been taken for today. But if you want to come on to next show, which will be on Monday, 8 p.m. EST, definitely would love to have you on. What's your name in Discord, by the way? Are you actually in the server itself? All right, Jackson, you are on the air.
How's it going?
Excellent. How has your ranked games been going since our review? You came on Monday, right?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe it was just this past Monday. It's been good. It's been a lot better.
Are you back on track?
I needed that. Yeah, I just kind of needed to get that refresher. But yeah, definitely feeling better about my more recent games since then.
Excellent. That's good to hear. Okay, logging on now. Do you play Tank Jackson at all? Tank Jarvan, sorry, at all, Jackson?
No, I personally really don't like Tank Jarvan. I just really like his standard bruiser build.
Yeah.
I see, like, when I've gone and looked for some explanations as to what people think about taking on him, like on Mobilify or whatever it may be. I really don't like when people are taking like the resolve tree over like the domination and stuff. I really like the conquer 95% of the games, and then those like very rare games of 4 or 5 squishy ranged champions where I'm taking electrocute. But yeah, no tank for me.
Yeah, I was just asking because I mean I think the stopwatch changes is actually pretty good for you'll get inspiration second for Jarvan. Like I mean I said it early in the stream, I played a bit of Jarvan and I literally got a stopwatch at literally 6 or 7 minutes I think after having a good early game.
Crazy.
So you're literally diving at like 7 minutes, like it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it is crazy.
Okay, so jumping into the game here, we'll start with your runes. I mean, you're pretty much, I mean, you're like an expert on Jarvan runes at this stage. So you are taking Conqueror, and this is actually against, we did a Shaco game as well, right? Before?
I believe it may have been.
I think we were against Shaco because you went Electrocute. Yeah, I said you should have taken Conqueror. It was, yeah. Yeah, so I definitely think Conqueror is the way to go this game. I think obviously Rise is a little bit tank. I mean, obviously Electrocute would be great for bot, but in terms of like top side of the map, like I think again Conqueror 90% of the games. I don't think it's warrant enough to go Electrocute this game. Again, I want you I want you to whack this Shaco. Make sure he doesn't have free reign of this game. Okay, absolutely. So you place a ward here, base in to switch out to Red Sweeper.
This rule would be pushing in the beginning of the game. And as for top side, maybe if Alawi would have taken like a Ignite or something, then I would see more kill pressure there and might go for that. But yeah, I really wanted to look bot side.
Yep, yeah, I agree with you here. Pyke and Syndra's excellent CC. You definitely, I love to get mage lanes bot ahead. That's where they're strongest. Obviously, AD carries do outscale a mage in a way. So especially Syndra, so definitely want to get these guys ahead. They have great CC to utilize. Alawi top lane, I mean, this is actually a pretty rough lane actually for Alawi, so maybe an opportunity to help her out, but I would not prioritize that at all. If the opportunity presents itself, I will try maybe help, but I would be very disciplined in terms of doing that, like, you know, making sure that the enemy jungler's not getting something on the other side of the map for it, or you know, showing information free that's going to really hurt you. So so I'm assuming red, blue, Gromp, gank bot, yeah?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Yeah, so they're definitely hard pushing. This is going to be great gank for you. They're going to ward. They're going to walk into you. Perfect. All right, cool. So, what to do next? So, Rift Scuttler's not up for another 15 seconds or so. Okay, so now you kill Rise. Just taking a look.
Yeah, so I was looking to just go take my wolves, and then by that time the Scuttle would have been back up, or Scuttle would have been up for the first time. But then I see the everything happening mid, and I think my map awareness was off just by like, if I was just a second sooner, just a second sooner to respond to that. Yeah, exactly. So I definitely made that mistake of I think I was like panning top, seeing how Alawi was doing or something like that. But yeah, I just needed to be looking at just focusing on what was closest to me, because there's no reason for me to be looking over there. So yeah, I wouldn't have had to burn the flash there.
Yeah, you're spot on. Yeah, that's definitely not ideal. I mean, you do get the kill in the end, but yeah, and that's again showing how important map awareness is. It's literally the second, you know? It's like very small things.
Yeah,
Alright, you do cancel your base here. Was there a thought process around that, or you like...
Yeah, I saw... I thought something might have been happening mid right there. I wasn't sure if... I knew Zed was on pretty low HP. I thought that he had already blown flash. But yeah, I thought he might have needed some assistance there, but they weren't pushed up enough. So I kind of just impulse stopped that back, and I was... Yeah, stopped it by like 4 seconds, sadly.
Yeah, so some people might think that sometimes this might be gankable, but the fact that your Z is low, I mean, obviously you know that Rise didn't burn flash. Rise had burn flash. I love that you didn't choose to gank this, because you don't know where Shaco is, and he's most likely topside.
Well, Shaco was in the lane when I stopped my back.
Oh, okay.
And that's why I started running, because I thought Zed was dead for sure, but yeah, it turned out pretty well for him.
Yeah, well, yeah, definitely didn't want to come here at all. There's no way you guys can 2v2, even though Rise is super weak. Zed's just too low health.
Okay, for sure.
You're coming up here, clearing your Krugs. I love the 2 control wards. And I do like that you've gone blue smart this game. Again, to try and, like, obviously bot lane is a great win condition for you. Yeah. Right now, blue smart's going to do much better for you than a red smart.
Yeah, they still have... Yeah, for sure, with the few ranged champions that they have, the 3 ranged champions they have, and I kept the coup de grace for that as well.
Okay, so you do skip Raptors here. Why do you do that?
Yeah, so that's one of the things in particular I wanted to ask about. There's 20 seconds until the dragon comes up, and I see bot lane has pretty good pressure, and I'm thinking that if I can go and get vision in the bush behind Shaco's red buff, and cancel that or deny that blast cone from them, it might be more worth it. And to try and gain priority mid, get a gank mid, and just look for the dragon, it might be more worth it.
Absolutely, I think absolutely so. Yes, it's like, let's say, a little bit inefficient, but I love the thing that I most like about this is your thought process. You're thinking about the state of the game, and you're like ditching efficiency for it. And yes, like, I mean, it looks like you do get a dragon super early. Get the control wards down first, get the control first, then you can have a very safe dragon, have bot lane priority. I mean, you don't know if you could lose bot lane priority any second, right? So, like, they could randomly just die. Like, this is great from you. So I really like your thought process here. Like, this is really, really good stuff.
Great.
I mean, you're in promos for gold 3 at the moment, right?
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah, so I mean, this like thought process right there, what you've just described to me, that's like diamond level stuff. Straight up.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Yeah, this game I actually my early pathing I felt pretty confident on, but I definitely had some deaths later on that absolutely would change your mind about the skill level.
So that's the thing. Sometimes you can play like a diamond, and sometimes you can play like a bronze. I mean, even for me, you know, like that happens. You know, it's this nature of league. Sometimes you're like, why did I make that decision? And it all just comes down to, I mean, sometimes you like forget things that are happening in the game, or, you know, map awareness, and you just make the incorrect decision that you, in hindsight, was dumb, but in the moment you thought like, oh, this could maybe work. And that's why I really hate the maybe works. Like, they can be bronze plays.
Yeah, for sure. And a lot of the mistakes I made were from getting caught out, and I find myself not thinking. I'm always thinking, oh, what can I do? What can my team do? What kind of stuff can I work with on my team? I'm not really thinking. I need to think more about what does the enemy team have that they can work with against me? How can they catch me out? Stuff like that. So definitely let that catch me out a bit too much.
Okay, so what happens with Shaco here? So we get Dragon. So what I'm just thinking here is I actually think it might be better to have actually just taken his Raptor camp. Like, I wouldn't be too afraid of a Shaco with my mid lane Z priority, like, at the moment. Like, walk up, like, steal his Raptors, and then maybe look to base and then go topside and clear back down. Just do like a bit of counter jungling. I mean, I think this is still fine from you. But why this actually would have turned out really well from you is I think Shaco actually like shows up top here again or something like that. No,
okay.
He doesn't. No. Okay, no, never mind. I think this is fine. I mean, this is the safer option to go. Okay, so you are going for a gank here. You do have sweeper up now. You were seen on that ward. But yeah, I think just clear full topside base and then go bot to continue pressuring the Ezreal Sona.
Awesome.
Oh, no. You're going back to mid. There's a fight breaking out.
Oh, yeah.
Kill Gnar. Alright, so there's definitely a lot of action here. I mean, you do technically need to participate in this right now. I mean, Pyke's playing pretty aggressive, but actually, I see lots of be careful pings and back pings from you. I mean, but I really want you to actually just do red and Krugs and base and then go bot side. Like, ideally, this is a little bit you getting dragged into, like, the chaos of the game that you need to be a little bit careful of. So, see, now you're sort of, this is not the path you wanted to do, right? Because now you're stuck bot side, and then you're going to be forced to go top side, and you've lost, like, you know, minutes of pressure.
Yeah, this is something I also wanted to ask was, so like in this scenario, I'm thinking that I'm going to do blue back, and then I'll be able to do my topside camps for Rift Herald coming up.
Okay, yeah, that's fine as well. Yeah.
Okay, would you, if you were in this scenario, do you think you would try and go back and do the red clear and the Krugs clear and then back, and then look to go bot after backing right there?
And you say, and not worry about Rift Herald?
Yes, yeah. Do you think that would be more important?
So, I mean, like, right now in this situation right here, Rift Herald's looking pretty, like, okay. But the thing about versing a Shaker and then again a Gnar, like, I think that Rift Herald would be very difficult to get unless you only kill mid. So, I mean, obviously you do kill the Gnar top in that situation, but I would have thought that would be pretty difficult to do. But I mean, looking at it now, actually, Allow is doing great, and Gnar's
I was going to say it was pretty lucky that the Allow was doing well there.
So I mean, I think what you've done here, based on the situation, is perfect, honestly.
Okay, great.
Okay, so you are starting Rift Herald, and your Allow is based, and remember, Gnar died a while ago, so he's actually going to be back on this. So this is actually, I think, a pretty potentially risky Rift Herald. But you do have control of it. You do have lots of vision here. I mean, you don't exactly have mid priority. Again, Allow is in base. You do get it, but yeah, I mean, you don't exactly know where Shaco is. Did you have any idea where Shaco was? He doesn't show on the map, did he?
At this point, I was thinking that he would have backed and been clearing his bot side camps. That was just my thought process, but I did not have any confirmation about that, and I was pretty worried that he could Q just before the Rift Scuddler vision that I had right there and steal it from me.
Actually, I think you're right. I actually think that it's a really good educated guess. I actually forgot about Shaco because he was topside a lot before there. He actually would be bot side. Let's actually look where he is right now, and he is bot side. So I actually think
Okay.
that was a really good educated guess from you. And sometimes like that stuff is actually fun. So even though that might have looked like a sloppy Rift Herald, that's a risk of potentially like that's I think a 70-30% chance of working, even though Lowy wasn't
Okay.
around and right. So that's actually really good. Good
Okay,
intuition, good track into the jungler. All right, I definitely would have done Krugs before base in. Krugs are super important camp. I'm assuming you want to go bot side out of this.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so
Don't
you
know
missed
why I'm
Krugs.
not doing Krugs there.
I assume it's because Dragon's
I don't
coming
know
up.
what the. Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know what the time is on Dragon. Usually I want to be there within before 20, 30 seconds before it spawns to start getting vision, start denying the scryers, denying their blast cone, and trying to get priority wherever we need it.
Okay, yeah, I mean, that's a really good thought process, but I mean, if you're looking at your levels right now, you're starting to fall behind. I mean, you're like level 6 you're level 7 now, but you're level 6 at around 10 minutes, 30 seconds. Like, that's 3 levels below the rise, and your Zed, like, a little bit inefficient in a way, this game. And it's only come to the Krugs. I think you've only cleared Krugs once, I think.
Yeah.
So there's always a correlation between how much you clear Krugs and how far behind you are in the game, I've noticed.
For sure. Okay.
So, I mean, I think everything, your pathing's been fine here, but, like, I think you've just missed that opportunity to do Krugs there. So, this is a really good control, and this is the ward I actually spoke about with Aidan just before. I love this ward when you have pressure on the bot side of the map. This is great dragon control from you, so... I mean, we're not going to... Like, this is going to be it for the early game, but I think overall, like, this is really good early game stuff. Like, I don't know what happens after, but... it looks like that you lose a dragon, you lose a fight, you lose some towers. But if you kept on hammering the bot lane win condition, kept warding like you've been warding, I think it would have been great. I mean, yeah, I'm actually confused how you lost this game. Like, Lowy...
Yeah, some of my early deaths stemmed from... So if you throw Jarvan... So you know how if you flash into, like, a wall, if you flash at least over halfway through it, it'll, like, push you to the other side? And that's how people get, like, such far flashes. Well, it's like the same idea with Jarvan's E flag.
Yeah.
It's like if you throw the E on a wall, it'll push it all the way over. And I accidentally did that in a spot where it pushed it just far enough away from my Q where I couldn't grab it with my Q. So I was playing way too... I was, in the first place, playing way too aggressive. But I had the thought, I can just EQ out of this, but I messed those up. So
you died, and then that was a pretty big throw. Yeah,
I definitely threw these games. And it's crazy, like... I'll be on OPGG sometime in some games, and I'll see that ace or the second place over my name, and have this great KD and these early Drakes and stuff like that. But when I go through my games, go through my reviews, I'm like, wow, these deaths that I gave allowed them to get Baron, allowed them to get the following Drakes, allowed them to snowball off of that, and just losing my momentum and completely throwing the game. It's just insane how much. That just a few deaths, even with the ace on OPGG, the game could still be absolutely from me losing it.
Yeah, so that's like the next step for you, Jackson. So I think your early games are pretty damn good, but it's the next step is getting to those stages where you really need to be thinking about, like, your life as a jungler is so important when Baron comes up, you know? Like, you need to be really treating that well. And the thing with Jarvan is that he's pretty difficult to play past 20 minutes because you have to pick your engages very well. So I think maybe what it is for you is, like, more of decision making and team fighting and mechanics. I think that might be what's potentially holding you back. But I mean, if you're looking back at your games, that's really good. But start thinking about how you could be playing team fights better. I think that would be
for sure.
a really good next step.
Will do
for you. All right, Jackson. Thanks for coming on again, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, thank you so much.
No worries. Catch you later. Okay. So next one's going to be Barkley. Is Barkley ready? Are you still good, Barkley? Just making sure he says that he's got to do dad things at the moment. So I'll take some time to look at chat here. What do you guys think of Nunu in the new patch? Well, Nunu obviously got sort of buffed by the Cinderhawk changes, so definitely another champion I'm going to try in terms of my tank jungling testing for 10.4. Alright, great. Alright, Barkley, I've just dragged you in if you want to unmute yourself, if you can hear me on stream. Yes, Xavier, you are after.
Yep.
Alright, cool. I'm just jumping onto your account now. So this was a Sejuani game you played?
Yes, and we just got outscaled.
Gotcha. Okay. So, did you have an option to play a Mumu this game? Or, like, what's your thought process between picking, say, Sejuani and a Mumu at the moment?
At the moment, I'm just trying them all out. I'm probably going to play Zach on my next game.
Okay, cool. Yep, I like it. Testing them all out. Okay, so the game should be up now on your screen. I hope there's not too bad of a delay for you. I mean, you did say that as the stream goes on, there's more delay, so hopefully, I mean, it looked like it was fine for Jackson.
I still don't
so.
see a game. There we go. Now I got the game.
All right, so yeah, it's probably about 6 seconds, so we should be okay.
I'm actually going to refresh the stream here.
All right. Let me know when you're good. You good?
Yep.
Okay, so let's start with the runes. Aftershock, Font of Life, Conditioning, Overgrowth, Triumph, Alacrity, Attack Speed, Armor, and Health. So all these base runes are fine. I think your stats need some work here. I would be taking Magic Resist and Health, definitely.
Okay.
I'm actually thinking maybe double Magic Resist. And actually,
mostly magic damage.
Yeah, that's pretty heavy magic damage. I mean, obviously you've got the Misfortune Center, but like I actually wouldn't be building Warmogs this game either. I think this is actually a really important, especially for Singed, adaptive helm game.
I get adaptive helm much later.
Yeah, so I think you should get that first, and then maybe get your Warmogs next up. Yeah, I'm actually just trying to think, how would I rune stat this game? Armor's obviously great for clearing. Maybe actually it's armor magic resist. I think attack speed, armor magic resist. So yeah, so if I'm versing like heavyish, like I mean, you still are technically mixed. I mean, actually, let's say if there was an AP support, then I actually would go, I think, double magic resist. Okay. But in this case, you are versing Misfortune stuff. I mean, Echo still does some sort of AD damage, like he does whack you with auto attacks. But that's my changes to the runes. So tell me about your early win conditions. So you actually said here that, yeah, you're I mean, looking at your comp right now, it actually is pretty low damage.
Yeah, I mean, it was even stated in Champ Select, it's like, wow, we have no damage. But my initial thoughts were the only way we win this game is if Jhin just gets absolutely hyper-fed. And so I wanted to concentrate around bot lane. But this game, I really feel like I got dragged around trying to make, the game okay, because it got pretty bad pretty quick.
Okay, so we'll take a look at it. You are doing the red Krugs clear. Yeah, this is good for tanks. I mean, let's say if you really feel like what you've just said there, that Jhin is really the win condition. Sometimes...
3 camp?
Yeah. Well, not actually 3 camp. You have Talisman, so I definitely want to do Raptors, Wolves, and then Gromp, and then look to gank bot. So if I'm playing like tank junglers and I'm looking to do, like I really want to impact bot, then that's where I'll go. And I think it's really good to be looking to impact bot early because you want to shut down Misfortune. Misfortune and Senna, they are lane bullies. Like these guys will 100% be pushing. So I think that actually would have been the better path in terms of pressure in this game, but the red, obviously the Krugs path is like the most efficient path you can do. So you're going to be comfortably getting to level 4. But I mean, in terms of this situation right now, even if you did that path, like what happened with Jhin, like they died already early. Like that's, that's wouldn't have worked anyway.
Yeah, this game starts downhill and never really goes uphill.
Okay, actually, these guys are going really aggressive. Okay, actually, if you
they're trading the whole game. Like they just do nothing but kill each other the whole game.
Well, that would have been great for you to really impact this. If they've got that mindset that they're constantly fighting, then that's a great place for you to be putting your pressure. So I mean, actually, you come down here and you get all right. Jhin gets a kill, you get a kill. This is great for you. Okay, so before doing your bot side, I would be placing my ward first.
Okay.
Again, the concept of vision first, then do your camps, And I would be looking to place it just here. And then... actually, here or here? I'm just trying to think, like, Karma... I think Karma is relatively safe. She's low health right now. I'm not actually panning to her, but... I just want you to place your ward somewhere before doing the blue, because, I mean, right now you're actually going to get the 2 wards thing, so it's actually pretty inefficient.
Yeah.
So you see you got 2 wards on your inventory right now, you haven't placed one, so definitely want to at least place one. Gromp, Wolves... Okay, so based on bot being really important win condition and Rift Scuttler, like you have that up obviously now, I actually would have not based and kept full clearing up, based and then gone bot side.
Okay.
So I think it's really important again if you keep telling me that these guys keep fighting, you don't have they have no summoners anymore, keep going down here as soon as possible, create an efficient jungle path around that. Raptors, Krugs, then base, go bot side. And you would actually also be able to afford your Barmy Cinder and 2 controllers, which would have been great for you for future ganks. So that actually would have had a huge impact on this early game actually. So you actually get Barmy Cinder first, and
I feel like I get stuck in this mindset that, like, if I want to go bottom, I have to do Krugs, Raptors, and like jungle my way down towards bottom that way. And we've talked so many times before about me. I feel like I'm late to the party every time.
Yeah.
Like I feel like I get there and shit's already gone south. And I feel like that's just a habit that I need to recognize and break. Because like looking back at this right now, I can see that if I would have just kept going, I would have been bot so much faster.
Look at this, and look at this. You would have been here, you know. So what you've just said there, like this is a perfect example of why you're late to the party.
Yep.
And the thing is, right now, I mean, look, you're wasting time top. Like, well, how are you and Shen going to kill a Singed, you know?
Mm-hmm. I was on the wrong side of the map when a play happened, and I felt like I had to make something happen.
Yep, and look at this now. Everyone's dying bot. Your win condition bot lane slowly disappearing. I mean, I'd say that you literally lose the game off this. Literally, Barkley, honestly. That one decision not to do Raptors and Krugs.
Yep.
So yeah, that's pretty much, I just want to emphasize that. And like, let's just start with that, the late to the party thing. Because I mean, your bot lane is just dying too much now. I mean, it does look like you actually do eventually get Dragon. But again, I can't emphasize how important that was to have done that Raptors, Krugs, then based and went bot.
Yep.
All right, Barkley, any other questions from this early game?
No, that's it. I got to get the whole got to go all the way top thing to get bottom thing out of my head.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good path in certain situations. Like, let's say 70% of the time, that isn't a very efficient path, and that's a great way to be efficient whilst impacting a win condition. But in this specific scenario, when Raptors and Krugs were all up, that's great. Do that first and then go bot, you know?
Yep.
All right. Thanks for coming on again, Barkley. We'll see you next time.
Okay.
All right, cool. So we're powering through this now. Next person's going to be Xavier. Hopefully he's ready. I'll take a quick look at chat. I also need to log on to... Where's Xavier from? Okay, North America. So we're already on NA. That makes it easy. All right, Xavier, I've just dragged you in. If you can hear me on the stream, you are muted. All right, we good? Can you hear me? All good? I think you've still muted your mic, Xavier, on the thing. Yep, there we go. Talk.
Hello?
Yep, there we go. Cool. Can you hear me all good?
Yeah.
Excellent. All right, I'm just logging on to...
Just give me 1 sec.
Yep, no
Can you give me a few
worries.
seconds?
Yep.
Alright, just give me 1 sec.
It's fine, I got to jump on anyway. So this was the 857 game.
All right, hello.
All right, we're good. So this is the first time you're calling on the show. I think you joined the Discord this week, didn't you?
Yeah, recently, yeah.
So what should I call you instead of? Is your name?
You can
actually
call me
Xavier?
Ollie.
Ollie. All right, great, Ollie. And where are you calling from, Ollie, in North America?
Yeah, North America.
All right, so I've got the game up on your stream right now, Ollie. Shouldn't be too much of a delay, but let me know if you can see it. All good?
Yeah, hold on, let me just refresh it. Yeah.
You want to do this is the right game, right? The 857 Kayn game that you submitted?
Was it like 200 CS or something?
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
200 CS in 29 minutes. That's insane. So obviously, tell me about like your Kayn. Like, what are you struggling with right now? It sounds like efficiency you're pretty good at. I mean, 200 CS at 20
No,
minutes.
recently I've been getting a lot better with Kayn, like efficiently. Like my farm over my past like 50 games or so have been pretty. It's like gotten a lot better. But I don't know. I guess it's just like decision making. Like I think mechanically I'm okay with him. Like there are situations I can play better. Again, I am getting better with my farming. I think my mistakes come from more of like how I play jungle, like Kayn specifically, if that makes sense.
You dropped out there. What was that? Sorry, you felt like that it's more playing Kayn mechanically, or was it more the jungle
No,
fundamentals?
no. I feel like I play Kayn okay. I think it's more of just my decision making. I'm like how good I am at jungle rather
Okay.
than how good I am at Kayn. If that makes
Gotcha.
sense.
So you think you're fine with Kayn? It's just actual jungle fundamentals and decision making. All right.
Yes.
We'll take a look at it here. Let's take a look at your runes first. So you are going Dark Harvest. So this is the obviously Blue Kayn assassination build. And I think this is great for this game. You're into an Ezreal Ash bot lane. These guys, I would love to be Blue Kayn in this game. This sounds like a lot of fun to kill them. Swain obviously is sort of squishy early, but does get sort of tanky-ish, especially
Yeah,
with
he does
Zhonya's.
get pretty tanky, especially with his ult. Yeah.
And Shaco, you can like one-shot him. And if you actually get the ult off like before he deceives, like I'm pretty sure that you still ult him deceives and you actually can see him, can't you? I actually don't know how that works.
But, I don't know. It's tricky. Like if you get your combo off and then ult him, I think you stick to the actual one. But to be honest, I forgot. I'm not even 100% sure.
But yeah, basically, I think you can outplay Shaco pretty hard. So I think this is a perfect Blue Kayn game. You do go for an invade. Okay, also tell me about your early win condition. Where you thinking to apply put your pressure? But I mean, I always say this with Kayn, it doesn't matter too much because you do need to focus on efficiency first. And you obviously ganks are super weak early. But in general, what are you thinking is your win condition in this game?
Okay, so obviously Maokai is like if he's 1-3 or if he's 3-1, he's the same. Orianna is like not the easiest to gank for, especially level 6. So I'm just looking at my bot. You know, like ganking for that Kate and Thresh is like where I'm thinking of.
Yep, yeah, I definitely agree. I actually disagree with the Maokai thing. I actually think with these new changes, I think Maokai and Ornn, like, I think they might be doing a lot of damage, honestly.
Yeah, Ornn is very
so
fun.
Ornn's busted. It'll be interesting to see how Maokai works with Sunfire. I mean, obviously Maokai, you know, sort of still has his issues as a champion, but I think that actually Maokai would be great potential win condition because if he can tank all the damage from this Ash, like make sure that Garen can't kill him at all in lane, I think it would be great. But I do agree with you. In general, let's go bot. But I think top is also potential, but I actually don't want you to go mid at all, really. I think letting Ori just scale up's fine. But again, with Kayn, you just need to sort of see how the game goes out in the early stages and you sort of play around that because you just don't have much control of the early game, unfortunately.
For sure.
Okay, so we're really committing to this invade. And I really don't like committing to this invade. Against a Shaco...
No, yeah, it was very messy.
Yeah.
They wanted to, and I think I pinged it too. I thought it was a good idea at first, but it didn't turn out very well, obviously. Kind of a waste of time.
So yeah, invading in Kayn, like, unless I can get, like, I'm very comfortable that they don't know that I'm there. As soon as they know that I'm there, and they did know that you're there, bot, like, just back off and there's no invade happens. Because I don't want to have a bad early start as Kayn. And invades level 1 is just so much can go wrong. I mean, how many games do you lose off a bad level 1 invade, right? So, just want to avoid that at all costs.
For sure.
Alright, so we're doing standard, red, Krugs. Alright, so bot's actually heavy trading right now, so... Shaco comes down here and ganks. I was actually going to say, sometimes if I really feel like I need to gank bot, I will actually ditch my entire bot side camps and go for a gank straight away.
Really? Okay.
Yeah,
I just thought that was like inefficient, but I guess that's more important.
Yeah. It is inefficient in general, but these guys were heavy trading. So Shaco actually comes up here and you actually would have died. I think so. I'm happy you didn't do it. But in general, sometimes like look at bot or like let's say if it's top the other side of the map, sometimes it is actually better just to do a level 3 gank on Kayn if you really need to and sort of ditch efficiency. But again, with Kayn, you need to be very disciplined the way you're ganking because your ganks just suck. But in this case,
sure.
If Shaco wasn't here, I think this would have been great for you to gank.
Yeah.
And skip your bot side. So now Shaco's forcing you out of the jungle. Thresh is coming. I like the patience here. Get the ward. Just chill out. But Caitlyn actually dies here, so that's not ideal at all.
Yeah, she came around the back and she kind of just... It was a questionable play to say the least.
Yes, this was.
Which is very frustrating, but... And then Ori comes in and dies, and this is kind of like where the game snowballs on their part. But I was just wanting to know if I could have still done anything better in this game.
Yeah, so I mean, in terms of this, I don't think there's anything you could do about this, honestly. I think you played everything right. It just turned out the way it did. Caitlyn and Ori just died.
And then Ori dies, yeah.
But you did actually eventually get the blue and Gromp, so not worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Go straight to top roof Scarlet. This is great. And is top lane gankable? I'd say no. Definitely not gankable right now.
Well, I saw him recalling, but he ended up staying. But I knew that top scuttle was probably up, so I just...
Yep, that's right. Get it before Shaco comes here. Do your Krugs.
Do I gank this? No, he's too low. I don't gank this.
Yeah.
And then Shaco came. Yeah.
Definitely don't gank that, Garen. That's going to be very difficult.
I think he had Ignite too, so yeah, pretty difficult.
So if Kayn was a little bit more health right now, this is another situation where I'll ditch efficiency and gank bot.
I think I might have ganked this. I think Kate died, but I got 2 kills, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, you'll play it, but I think that's what happens. But Kate ends up dying. I'm not sure.
Okay, yeah, she does, but you do get the kill there. Okay, I mean, yeah, I guess this is still all fine. I think everything you've done here is perfect. Your laners are just not obviously...
Oh, I just get 1 kill. Okay, yeah. But Kate did die.
But the good thing about this is you're getting a lot of blue Kayn stacks because you're killing ranged champions right now, so...
Yeah, exactly.
Alright, we are coming to help Ori. Alright, you're committing pretty hard to this. Ori does die. Yeah, I'd say it's pretty risky to push this in.
I don't think I pushed it all the way. I just maybe take a few minions and yeah.
Alright, I would really like for you to have based on a warrior instead of basing here. So, come here, do your red, Krugs, Raptors, base, then go bot side for Dragon.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, I should have done that for sure.
And you would have got, I mean, you do get control wards, which I really like. This is
actually... I knew Dragon was up, and I knew that was like a good place to like if Shaco did go to see it, or like did try to take it, I knew that was like a good ward. But no, for sure, I should have gone top. I agree.
So now look at this. Now you're coming top, and you haven't spent any effort here already. Like, this is, I think, a huge waste. Even if you kill Garen here, now you lose Dragon for it, you know, because now everyone knows you're top. You've actually been, like, that also actually hurts a lot your jungle clear, because your camps have been up for a long time now, you know? So that gank is not worth it in a million years.
Yeah, and they traded 1 for 1 too. Yeah, I agree.
I mean, you lose Dragon off it straight up, you know? Like, sure, you might have lost Dragon anyway, but you've made it so much easier for Shaco to take Dragon now, because he knows that you're top side.
For sure.
So you do trade Rift Herald for it. This is actually really good from you. I do like this a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing that I don't like about this is your bot lane is just getting destroyed now, you know? So, like, your win condition is slowly disappearing. Your Orianna is, like, literally, like, 0-4 right now. But, I mean, Kayn still is potential win condition. Like, you can be just one-shotting people. I mean, you have 71 CS at 10 minutes, you know? Like, you're still doing pretty well. Definitely, potentially still winnable.
It was up until a certain point, but I believe they got Mountain Soul, and then Garen just would not die.
Yeah, well, Mountain Soul, that's actually the worst. If you're playing Blue Kayn, you're against Mountain Soul, that's the worst you could possibly be against, because then you can't one-shot people as easily.
For sure, for sure.
Alright, well, this is going to be pretty much it for the early games. You do gank bot, and you're doing pretty well. I mean, obviously I can't go over the rest of the game here because it's focused on the early game, but I think early game-wise, like, except for that gank top, I think everything you did as best you could.
Just a bit unlucky, yeah.
Yeah, just a bit, you know, unlucky in a way. I mean, maybe you could have pinged a little bit better or told Kate, just be patient, wait for Thresh to come on that Shaco play. But, yeah, I think this was fine from you.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, Shaco's just so fed right now. He's 5-0-2. AP Shaco is pretty snowbally as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Alright, Ollie, did you have any other questions around this review?
Or
about jungle in general?
No, I think that was all. I just wanted to see if, like, I thought I played pretty well, but obviously the game didn't go my way. And I just wanted to know if I could have done anything better. But no, that's all. Thank you.
Alright, great, Ollie. I'll potentially see you next time.
Awesome. See you then.
See you later.
Bye.
Okay, so we have, I believe, one more guest, which is going to be Beck. I'll take some time to just read chat. How's it going, Shigio? I think this is the first time I've seen you in my in chat on my stream. I just 6 games in a row. Do you mean I just lost 6 games in a row? Okay, just lost 6 games in a row. Definitely not ideal. Keep at it, keep improving. Look at your VODs, try and improve. So Bluster says, why is he ganking Lucy lanes? Isn't that what you're not supposed to do? So is that in terms of ganking bot? Well, bot, that's his only win condition. Sure, it might be... I mean, in that situation, bot wasn't exactly losing. Like, alright, it was losing, but it wasn't losing so hard to a point where you shouldn't gank it at all. But yeah, sometimes let's say if all lanes are like losing or not doing well, like, he couldn't do anything top anyway because it has a Maokai into a Garen. And he is Kayn without blue form. So the best he could have done was gank bot there, Bluster. Great, Ad said he'll go on too. Yeah, Ad's great. You can be the last guest after Beck. Alright, so log on to OS now. That actually makes it pretty easy because both Beck and Ads is on OS. Also, let me know the game ads in the chat. I'll type in here as well. Let me know the game ads. Bluster says, I just can't seem to find my mistakes in my VODs. Look harder. You must be able to, all my material on my channel, you must be able to identify some sort of mistakes. So sometimes it's actually not good to watch a VOD straight after you've played it because you're still pretty biased. And sometimes it's better to look back at your games from like a day or so or something like that because you're still like a pretty emotionally connected with that X game and you can't review it objectively. So maybe try that, Bluster. I don't know if you're already doing that. Alright, cool. Ads, I've got your game in the Discord chat. Gonna drag Beck in now. Alright, Beck, you are on the air. If you want to unmute your mic.
Hello, yes.
You've been on the show before, right?
Yeah, I have. Last week, I think.
What's your name again?
On League?
Real life name.
Beck.
Beck. Oh, Beck. Okay, that makes it easy.
Yes.
Alright, I'm logging on now. You did let me know the game here, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Which one was it again? Oh, the Mott. Oh, this 565. Yep.
Yes, that's.
Yes, I remember. Did we do it? Did we do an Elise game last time as well?
No, we did a Sejuani game last time.
That's right. Yep, I remember now. Okay, the game should be up on stream in about 5 seconds or so for you. I don't think the delay is too bad, but since you're in OS, hopefully it makes it a bit easier as well.
Yeah, it's coming up now, so.
Alright, so jumping into the game here. Let's start off with your runes.
In the future, dancing is illegal.
So electrocute, that's standard. Cheap shot, zombie ward, relentless hunter,
You can say hello to the
nimbus
future
cloak,
when
water
you're
walking, attack speed, AP armor. Okay, so nimbus cloak. Why do you go nimbus cloak over absolute focus? Out of curiosity.
I just enjoy having the move speed. Like I find it's helpful. Like if I need to get out of a fight or anything. Like if I'm low health, when I flash away, I can just get out. And having it on the smite for the extra move speed as well. I think your mic is muted.
Yes, it is muted. Which
Yes.
part did you hear? Which part didn't you hear?
Oh, I didn't hear any of it.
Okay, that's not ideal. So, okay, so you explained the Nimbus Cloak versus Absolute. So I think Absolute Focus is the way to go, especially this game. So the way that Nimbus Cloak, I view it, like, yes, I view it more as Elise as an escape tool. So obviously with Elise, you don't need to worry about like using it as to get on people because you're a ranged champion, right? You get on people with Cocoon. So it sort of is only ideal if you're versing heavy melee champs. In this situation, the move speed is not going to help you get away from all these champs. Like a Katarina, Ezreal, Xerath, like these guys have ranged abilities, right? So I think you lose out a lot of damage. Absolute Focus is very good for Elise because it gives you more one-shot potential, right?
Yeah.
So I think it's really important to go Absolute Focus this game. I don't think Nimbus Cloak does anything for you. You go attack speed, AP armor. I also think this is a game where you go magic resist. You're versing a Katarina jungle for some reason. Malzahar, Xerath. Like I usually just take the last stat based on what I'm versing in the jungle. I mean, would you have any idea Cat is a jungler? Like I actually wouldn't guess that.
I didn't know before the game. Yeah, I was thinking it was Nasus or something.
So I guess I can understand this, but
but either way, I think I just didn't think about it, and I just defaulted to what I always do with my runes. Because even if it was Nasus, if I was thinking about it, I would have got magic resist.
All right, cool. So tell me about where you're looking to put your pressure release, which is really important early game.
This game, I'm pretty sure I'm looking bot because it's a. I'm thinking, even though Ezreal's kind of hard to kill, we can kill Xerath.
Okay, this is funny. You actually went bot and then went top.
Yeah, I think I just autopiloted to going bot, and then I was like, wait, I actually want to gank bot first, so I should start at top lane.
Yeah, so I mean, you were 3 seconds late, which does make a sort of impact, but I definitely agree with you. I think that bot, these guys are very vulnerable. As Xerath, I would love to kill as Elise. And Darius is always going to be pushing a Nasus. At the end of the day, Nasus can't walk up to a Darius. It would be great for you to get your Darius ahead, but maybe you could actually dive this, actually.
Yeah, true.
So sometimes this actually might be a good win condition, but I think the safer option is to go bot, because then you need to rely that Darius is hard pushing his wave and stuff, right?
Yeah,
but maybe that's something you can coordinate with him in this early game. It's like, hey, I want you to hard push. I want to dive this guy level 3. And that really, like, Nasus would lose a huge wave. That would really set him really far behind. So that's another thing you could do against Nasus is if you have, like, a champ like Darius.
Yeah, okay. I remember that.
Alright, so doing the standard 3 camp. Oh, the other thing as well is I talked about this for Aidan, the first person coming up. Actually, no, sorry, the review that I recently uploaded about having a stronger jungle matchup. Like right now, like Cat cannot be a good jungler at all. So I'd be really looking to punish that and figuring out where she started and getting some information on where she is. So, yeah, I do like what you're doing here. Bot's not gankable. Come here, get some vision. She hasn't done a Raptor camp. Do some counter jungling.
Yeah.
But Mel's actually shows up on here. So, this is always something you need to be careful of.
Yeah, I think I
You
might
lose
have to-
mid priority here, right? So
Yeah. Should I just never go? Because I'm not sure how he saw me there. Felt a bit weird. Like he just kind of checked
okay,
it.
yeah.
But did I go over a ward?
Yeah,
No.
actually, there's 2 wards here. You actually just walk over.
Ah, okay.
So, I mean, obviously you don't know this, right? But actually,
Yeah.
if you're looking at me, look at the way he, like, walks down here. Like,
Yeah,
that's pretty
I
obvious.
should have known immediately. Yeah.
So you're actually pushed out now. You have to burn flash. So this is really not ideal. If you have to burn flash defensively as Elise early game, like, I view that as a
Yes.
loss, straight up. you know?
Yeah.
Because now a lot of your pressure's gone. The enemy team knows where you are. So Katarina's getting a free early game now. She can potentially take your topside jungle. You've burnt your flash. Even ganking bot's potentially a bit more difficult now because Cat could maybe use that decision to counter gank bot, you know, potentially.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely hurts your early game there.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a pretty good stun there. Ooh, you do die for this, so
Yeah.
this is okay. You still deny a lot, but again, ideally you're not dying early game.
Yeah. Is there anything I should have done differently there to not die?
In terms of mechanics and stuff like that.
Yeah. Like, did I mess anything up?
I mean, ideally you have flash.
Yeah. True.
You
Yeah,
know
I
what
would
I mean?
have gone now.
Like, that's
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
it.
that makes sense. Yeah.
I mean, like, let's say you E. Actually, no. What you wanted to do here, actually, even if you didn't have flash, it would have been fine. You E to a minion,
Yeah.
keep kiting, throw another WQ, just range him out, and just play patiently. So I think actually you don't even need flash. So this was pretty greedy from you to auto attack him under tower.
Yeah.
And die for it.
Okay, cool.
So I think you would have survived there. So you are ditching your topside camps to keep going bot right now.
Yeah, I was
Still
going to
a
ask
good
about
process,
this because
yeah.
I find on Elise this is something I do. Like I kind of throw efficiency out of the window and I go to this like camps on the side that I'm trying to focus and I just take them and then go back to the lane. Wondering if that's bad or
So it's very situational. In this
Yeah.
situation, your bot's based. You have plenty of time to come clear your topside camps. Let's say if your bot was heavy trading and they were pushing up, then yes, you will ditch efficiency for that. But
Yeah.
you're level 3 you're not doing too well in experience and gold right now. You really need to start helping yourself before you can help others. Like you've only done 3 camps in the game right now, or actually Rift's got 4 camps, right? So
yeah.
definitely have time to do Krugs. You must be clearing Krugs as much as possible when you can. As soon as I have an opportunity to clear Krugs, I will take that. This is a situation where that's the case.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
So look at this, because now you're bot, you clear your wolves, Gromp's not
Yeah,
up, and
nothing
like
to
what do you do, you know?
Yeah.
Like yes, this is great, you're going to be here because this is going to be pushing. But again, you would have plenty of time, because then you actually could have just, you still made it down here, you would have ditched your wolves and Gromp, you didn't need to get these, and you still would have been on this for a gank, and you would have cleared your topside camps, and then you can go back after the gank to clear. You have the option to clear wolves and Gromp. So does that make
true.
sense?
Yeah, that does.
Alright, I like the loopity-loop here, going all the
Yeah.
way around.
I always try and do this, get a good gank path.
Oh, potentially should have saved your cocoon for Xerath there. I mean, the Ezreal.
True, yeah, he's already dead.
Like, he was locked down, just Q, and then cocoon, yeah. And then Kayn could
Yeah,
potentially
that'd be
trapped, and then that would have been clean. So he gets away. So yeah, some mechanical things here. Little things here and there on Elise. Alright, so you actually are forced off Dragon here. Let's take a look here. See, I think the decision... I don't know what Senna was thinking to start Dragon with Katarina around. You definitely can't do Dragon here,
Yeah.
I think. What
I think I called it in this game. Actually.
What's way more important is actually helping Caitlyn push this cannon wave out,
Okay.
base in, and then again just slowly set up like your bot's already winning hard. Like Ezreal's a
Yeah.
tier, he's gonna be useless. Xerath's not
Yeah.
gonna do much. Be slow, be patient. You know, help Caitlyn get a free reset off. Come here, do Krugs, Raptors, then come down here, and then you'll be able to secure a dragon pretty easily. Like, this is just a risk you don't need to take.
Yeah.
And you're forced to burn summoners for it. Like, you know, Exhaust is burnt. You could have potentially died here. And if Cat got a bunch of early kills, like, this is, like, not ideal at all.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
you're wasting a bit of time here. And look at this. Now the wave's in a bad position. Kate and Senna are too low. That they're like, you haven't reset the wave for them. So they're actually in a, you've put them in a bad position, you know?
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, so you're walking around on the map as a 20% health Elise. This is not ideal, but this is
Yeah.
heal up from Rift Scuttler.
I get heal from Rift.
And now you look to base. How much gold do you have? Yeah, so you just... Yeah, it feels like you're so starved right now. You just don't have much gold. You've been inefficient. You've wasted some time. Like, this early game just hasn't been ideal from you at all.
So do you think the fix is just playing more patiently, making sure I'm still efficient, and helping like lanes reset? Not trying to force plays too much, like the dragon, which I tried to force way too hard.
Well, I mean, obviously, there was a lot we covered in here. I mean, in terms of that early, the priority that Malzahar had, you know, you had to burn your flash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of efficiency, I think the biggest thing is get away from the mindset of Elise. Like, I need to gank everywhere because I need to get under pressure. You know, I think that's the biggest thing. Like, it is good to have that, but be conscious every time you're doing that. It's like, all right, sure, I'm a strong Elise. I can do this, but should I do this? Is it better to just do my Krugs and stuff? And, yeah, in terms of, like, I see a lot of problems, especially, you're Platinum 3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, players in, like, Platinum, even low Diamond and stuff, they're really impatient setting up objectives. Like, you have the win in the bot lane. Like, just chill out, get Dragon, set it up properly, get it, you know, and then you can be using that as a 4th win condition. So it actually looks like you do get 4 dragons here, but you end up losing the game.
Yeah, it kind of gets to a point where, like, even though we get it, I think we lose the game off getting the last one. Like, it's a non-factor.
Yeah.
In the end.
Alright, well, Beck, was there anything else you wanted to ask?
No, I think that was everything I wanted to learn.
Great. Alright, well, thanks for coming on, and I'll see you next time.
Yeah, thank you.
No worries, catch you later. Okay. Alright, so last one here, we're going to have ads. Yes, I want to quit this game. Take a quick look at chat if anyone has any questions. Yeah, my mic is muted. I don't know how that happened. There's like literally a button on my microphone that is just impossible for me to hit. I don't know how I hit it accidentally. But that's alright. We got through it. What's your IGN again, ads? I'll just drag you in here. Alright, ads. I need your IGN. What is it again?
ADDZZ.
ZZ.
Double Z, yeah.
Alright, how's your ranks been going, Adam? I haven't seen you for a while. I mean, you've been popping up here and there.
It's been a pretty rough season so far, not gonna lie.
So you're currently Silver 3, is it?
I just went back down to Silver 4 yesterday.
So you were Gold last season, so this is a pretty big...
Yeah, I was Gold 2 last season.
Wow, approaching Platinum. So what do you think's been going on? Like,
so I had a really good promo series. I went 8 and 2.
Wow.
And then I got straight to Silver 3. And after then, I was just like really struggling to perform. And I was just playing really bad, just doing dumb mistakes. I think I'm playing better now than I was. So I'm slowly winning more games than I'm losing at the moment. But I just had such a bad start. Just like, I think I had like a 46% win rate or something terrible like that.
Yeah, I mean,
slowly coming back.
I think your the good thing about it is your MMR would have been really good from an 8 and 2 start. Like you would have been easily around the same MMR that you were like for Gold 2, like high Gold, low Plat. But I mean, obviously you've probably tanked it a lot with a negative win rate, but still, like I'd say your account, like how's your gains been going for LP wins and losses? Is it about even now? It's not like
so it's like minus 20 plus 16.
Oh, okay, so you do need to fix it up a bit. Yeah,
it's hard. Hard climbing at the moment.
And what's your champion pool looking like? Like we are reviewing a Warwick game here.
So at the moment, I'm just trying to main Warwick. So I'm playing Warwick and Jarvan. They're like my 2 go-tos at the moment.
All right. Well, I think from the recent patch, it's great for Warwick. You got indirectly buffed with the Cinderhulk changes. Obviously, works off his E. So, yeah, I think Warwick's a great. I mean, he's a great jungler in terms of just fundamentals, good ganks, really good, strong early game. But problem is, he does sort of drop off, mid to late game. So, sort of really want to try and win games early. So we'll take a look at it here. Tell me about your early jungle path. Where are you looking to put your pressure in the early game?
So as a Warwick player, I basically go off where my scents are, so like how hard lanes are trading, and I like to go where the CC is. So I'm looking at the Lucian Braum because that's got decent CC.
Yep.
And then we got Silas too, has pretty decent set, and then Fiora, like she has decent damage, but they're not much setup. So it's more if Mundo overextends, I'll go top. But as Warwick, I like to do my clear, and if there's no like awesome gank on, I like to go and invade because like Warwick level 3 is pretty strong, especially into like a Trundle.
So you always starting red? Like sometimes will you start top like blue side and then look to if you want to look to gank bot because you think that's your win condition?
Yeah, most of the time I'll start red. Like doesn't matter what side of the map I'm on. But if I want to go blue, I'll start. If I want to go bot, I'll start blue. Or like if I'm on blue side, I'll start blue and go top.
Yes, I think this is a situation where Lucian and Braum is very good to get ahead. Brand and Kai'Sa is really vulnerable. I think this is a situation where you start blue side. Blue, Gromp, Wolves. I mean, you even said it yourself. You think there's lots of CC bot, like use it, Like
the reason I started red is I wanted to invade Trundle on his red.
Okay. Warwick can 1v1 a Trundle early, right?
Yeah.
Pretty convincingly, or is it pretty close?
I beat him pretty convincingly, if I remember.
Okay, so I mean, I think that's fine as well. I mean, I actually think Mundo's a potential gank as well. I mean, you slaughter, like the 2v2, you guys hard win 2v2. So I actually think it's actually fine. You could have done either this game, I think would have been fine. Also taking quickly a look at your runes. These are perfect runes. I love Cheap Shot Relentless Hunter if I'm against like a lot of melee champs. But I think this game is a Water Walking Nimbus Cloak game. Because the fact that I would really be looking to, pressure bot, and Nimbus Cloak you need to get onto these champs like Ryze, Kai'Sa, Brand, Yeah. So the way that I choose Warwick runes is like Cheap Shot Relentless Hunter is only good if you're, say, had like a Yas mid and like a Nautilus bot or something like that,
Yeah.
So you go AD, so the rest is fine, but and also Last Stand is ideally pretty good in general, but this game's like a 50-50 because again, there's lots of squishy champs that you're against in terms of the Brand, Kai'Sa, Ryze. Last Stand's very again good for the melee champs that you're in against because the fights go longer, right?
Because I used to go the one when I'm low, but I like going when they're low because Warwick's quite strong at that stage because of your heal and your attack speed. So I found it a lot easier to like get those kills when sometimes I might get away with like minimal health and run under tower. Yeah,
as I said, both I think are fine, but Last Stand's great because like let's say, especially if you're in lots of melee champs, like fights are long and people are low health constantly, right? Because it's like back and forth. But like if you feel like fights are going to go quick, take coup de grace. If you think fights are going to go long, then you take Last Stand. But I think that both is fine. If you like coup de grace, go coup de grace. Alright, so you're going for the early invade. I really like the aggression here. I mean, this is awesome.
Yeah, I play Warwick pretty aggressively early because I want to try and get myself ahead so I can just carry.
That's right. It's super important. Yeah.
So I just wait here.
You must have a good early game. So I like the patience. It's really good. Chuck a ward here.
Help him push it out. I just circle back around.
Okay, so Adam, this is where I think you've made a mistake. So you've already forced Trundle out of his topside jungle. He's like, in his mindset, he's conceding it to you. I want to keep matching him, like where he's on the map. And I want to go to bot Rift Scarlet and double Rift Scarlet like him. And again, keep pressuring bot and looking to pressure bot here.
Yeah, I just stay top because I know all of his tops up and that he's going to try and get it.
Right, so let's actually take a look here. Like, yes, that's the right mindset here. But does he have to base here? So he flashes... Okay, actually, he wouldn't be going. He would base off this. Okay, you're right. You're right. If he was still full health, he would be going bot side to maybe counter jungle you and take Rift Scholar, and I would want to match him. But in this situation, like, he's low, he's going to base. You've done the right thing here. So keep in his face. I like this. Actually, a better ward here instead of this is actually this. because then you actually will know if he's coming on Raptor Camp, and like there's no risk of you warding this. You're gonna die, right?
Yeah.
So
Normally, that's why I would always. I don't know why I warded there over the bush. I normally always ward in bushes, just because you can see them if they're just like trying to cheese or something.
so we do see Trundle here is level. Yeah, Trundle's so useless right now. You've really shut him down. Double Rift Sculler, great. Everyone knows where Trundle is on the map. Cake is Grom. Oh, this is perfect, Adam. This is awesome stuff. All right.
Yeah, I just wanted to really shut him down.
Yep, keep
Because I
going.
noticed level 1, 2, he didn't get his blue. Bran got his blue. So
Oh, really? Oh, that's why he's level 2. I was
That
confused why he was so
another
far
reason why I
behind.
made sure I went to his red just to put
Yeah.
him behind.
Yeah, he's stuffed.
I go bot for a Warwick gank.
Excellent stuff. Yep. And you're actually going to get a pretty early dragon as well. This is really clean.
Yeah, we get dragon off this. Nice early ocean, I think it was.
Right, so far, Adam, I think your first 5 minutes, 30 seconds are literally flawless. So, ideally, you are basing to get your Tiamat first base, right? So, I think this is a situation where after Dragon, you should actually look to continue clearing.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's what I do.
yes, it's going to be, like,
Because now I just want to hit that 6.
like not as quickly, but I mean, like, so you base here, right, Adam? Instead of doing, you should have done Raptors, Krugs, then based and went topside. Because you would have got Tiamat, you know?
I get Tim out off that base.
Oh, wait, you do get Tiamat. Oh, you wait in base. Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
Yep,
I needed
never
like
mind.
10 gold.
Yep, that's
Because
fine.
I don't like doing any of my bottom side camps until I get Tiamat.
Yeah,
It's really
yeah.
efficient.
Yep.
And then once you get Tiamat, you've actually got a decent clear.
Reganking bot. Yeah, this is
Because
great
now I've
pressure.
kind of established it, like Lucian's kind of my win condition now. 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm in my head, so I want to just try and keep snowballing. In fact, the bot's got no flashes.
Yep, this is perfect, honestly. I can't, there's actually no flaws in your gameplay right now, and this is flawless. Get this, Raptor Camp. Protect mid. Great, this is awesome. You get to steal this whole wave. This is actually so good for you. Are you looking to get Trundle's second red buff? So this is a situation where going mid, you're sort of throwing that option off, but I do think it's better to clear this wave.
Yeah, I think I'm thinking at the moment, I just want to clear this, get my blue, and then look to top or mid, depending on what Silas does when he comes back to lane.
So I'll be thinking right now as well, how can I get a super early Rift Herald as well?
Yeah, I always like trying to get early Rift Heralds. I think I do this game. I can get a pretty early one.
This game goes for 15 minutes. You must literally slaughter this game.
Yeah.
Kill this, kill this. Alright, I think this is an opportunity to Rift Herald right now. You do it. Alright, you're literally reading in my mind, Adam. Like, literally perfect.
That's good.
Rise. Is Rise just left? Kill
Rise
top.
just got killed.
Oh, okay. No, I think Rise is literally AFK at this point. Kill top. Going down for second dragon. Gank bot again. And there's dragon. Yeah, so I think Rise actually is AFK. He rage quit, I think. Alright, well there you go.
Super reload for you.
That's, I mean, this is really good, Adam. If you keep up these early games as Warwick, that was great decision making, thought process.
I feel like this is how most of my early games go. Like, even in my losses, I'll have like a good KDA, but just like stupid fights will happen. I'll tell, like, there's been games I'll literally tell them step by step what to do, and they just don't listen to me, and we lose. And they'll do a dumb fight, then they get Baron, and then we lose.
Yeah, so how are you saying it? That's sort of the thing. Like, if you say it in like a passive aggressive way, people won't listen to you, right?
No, yeah, I don't do that. I'm just like, cool, let's set up Baron Vision.
Okay, and they still don't listen to
Friendly
you.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because obviously I've only got a couple of pinks I can throw down and a sweeper. I don't have warding trinkets. So I do what I can. Because like, there's so many games, because it's like obviously silver elo, I'll have a higher vision score than my support. It just feels bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the only thing I can say to you is if, like, ideally you'd not get into those stages where Baron is suddenly becoming a risk, you know? Like, ideally you're having these games. And you're obviously capable of doing this. I mean, you slaughtered this Trundle, you know? Like, you're capable, like, you're obviously not a silver player, you know? Like, it's very obvious to me, but you just, your MMR is sort of stuffed right now, so you're just going to need to just win a lot of games. easier said than done. But
Season 10 is very hard for me at the moment.
yeah, I mean, maybe you just sort of just win a rut for a bit. And I mean, this was your last game, right?
Yeah, that was the one I had just before.
So maybe it's all uphill from here. But
yeah. Well, like I said, I feel like I'm actually playing better now. Like I think I played good the first day I played, and then I just started playing a bit shithouse. So I was just like, I don't know, because I was watching your videos, so I was thinking about what I was doing all the time. But I don't know. I don't know if sometimes I just AFK farm too much.
maybe potentially.
But then I've always got a decent KDA, even when I think I'm doing that. Like I'm still ganking after I clear my stuff.
What about looking at lanes? Do you use F keys and look at lanes a lot?
Yeah, so when I'm clearing my camps, I'll be looking at the lanes. When I get my scent, I'll be looking if it's a scent worth going to. So like if like they're low health but they're under tower, like there's no point really looking towards that. But if they're low health and trading mid lane, I'll start running down towards that.
Okay, well,
That's it for bot lane.
I don't know then. I mean, everything there sounds pretty good. Like, submit a game that you're really confused with, like for me to review, and I'll do a review of your game so we can sort of see, you know, what's holding you back. But I mean, from this game, I see no flaws in your early game, like gameplay, right? So
Yeah.
maybe it is the mid game, late game decision making. What about control wards? You buying lots of control wards? 2 control wards?
Yeah, like I said, I've got a decent vision score.
Yeah.
Like whenever I have gold, I'll buy 2. So it like depends how far ahead I get for my first clear, whether I get tier mat and wards. But otherwise, I just make sure I get that tier mat.
Yeah, tier mat's super important. We'll ditch control wards for that. All right, Adam. Well, that's going to wrap up the stream here. Thanks for coming on. Hopefully, you come on maybe another time. Maybe we can look at your early games from another, you know, games where maybe you're starting to get back to, you know, your gold elo, and we can sort of see what's next for you.
Yeah, hopefully I can start climbing.
All right. Thanks for coming on, Adam. I'll see you next time.
Thanks for the review. I'll catch you later.
See you later. All right. Cool. So that was it for this stream. Thanks everyone for watching. The next one's going to be on Monday, 8 PM EST. I do this twice a week. If you've been watching for a while, you want to come on the show, feel free to jump on again. I don't fill up all the spots until like a couple of hours before the show. So if you want to come on, you can come on. It's basically a free coaching session with me. All right, I'll see you guys in my next video or stream. Thanks for watching again.